Have you ever wondered why do so many people hate Islam? Not question it, not disagree with it. They hate it. Maybe it's the headlines, maybe it's the movies, or maybe it's something deeper, something we have inherited without even realizing. This video is not about converting anyone. It's not a debate, it's an invasion. An invasion to pause the noise, to put aside the tweets, the sound bites, and the headlines, and actually ask, what is Islam, really? And why does it trigger such fear and hate in the modern world? Because when nearly 2 billion people follow something, it deserves more than just passing judgment. Let's take a deep breath and take a look at what's real, what's been fed to us. Especially the question of, is Islam really the religion of terror? Hit the like button and subscribe in the channel, and do not forget the bell icon so you can be with us in the story of true knowledge. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, terrorism. When people think of Islam, for a lot of them, sadly, the first thing that pops into their minds is violence, suicide bombings, 9/11, ISIS. It's been drilled into people's brain for decades. But let's pause for a second and look at the numbers, not emotions. In the US, over 90% of the terrorist attacks in the last few decades have not been committed by Muslims. In Europe, most attacks are done by separatists, extremists, and lone wolves, not by Islamic groups. And globally, the number one victims of terrorism are Muslims themselves. Let that sink in. Muslims are not just blamed for terrorism, they are dying from it. Groups like ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, they do not represent Islam. They represent political chaos, foreign invasions, failed states, and lost young men being manipulated. These are criminal gangs wrapped in a religious language to justify power and violence, just like others have done in every religion. So when someone says Islam is violent, ask them, have you read the Quran? Because the Quran literally says, whoever kills a person, it is as if he has killed all of mankind. So that means Islam does not encourage terror. It condemns it loudly, clearly, repeatedly. If you're still not convinced, I think you need to meet a Muslim, go to a mosque, talk, not tweet. You probably find someone more worried about rent and family than a global jihad. Maybe someone would ask me right now, so maybe we're convinced a little bit, but what about women in Islam? And now let's talk about something that triggers a lot of people, women in Islam. Especially when it comes to the hijab, the rules, the image of a silent woman walking behind her husband. You have seen it right. But hold up. Is that the full story or just a well-edited clip? First, let's get this out of the way. Yes, in some cultures, women are mistreated, but that's culture, not Islam. There's a huge difference. Islam, the religion, gave women rights 1,400 years ago that many Western countries did not offer until the 20th century. Right to own property, right to inherit, right to divorce, right to work, right to education. In the 7th century Arabia, when girls were literally being buried alive, Islam came and said, paradise lays at the feet of your mother. And people say it's anti-women. And let's talk about hijab. Since apparently it's everyone's business, some women choose it, some don't. Some wear it for faith, others wear it for identity. Either way, it's their choice at the end. Hijab does not equal oppression. Wearing more does not mean knowing less. A headscarf is not a muzzle, and just because someone covers her body does not mean she's being silenced. Truth is, Muslim women are doctors, CEOs, athletes, entrepreneurs, activists. They are speaking for themselves, loud and clear. It's just the media often mutes their voice to fit a certain narrative. So before you judge the religion based on one dress code or one country, you got to ask yourself, are you seeing Islam or are you seeing a stereotype someone wanted you to believe? Last but not least, the Sharia, the Islamic law. But have you ever actually looked up what Sharia is? Sharia literally means the path, a moral and spiritual code that helps Muslims live a good life. It covers things like how to pray, how to treat your parents, how to do business honestly, how to be kind to your neighbor. Sounds scary, right? Now, yes, there are criminals' punishments in classical Sharia, but here's what they don't tell you. Those harsh penalties, they were rarely used and only applied with extreme conditions, like for eyewitnesses to adultery. Good luck finding that in real life. And let's be real, every religion has its legal system in history. Jewish, Halakha, canon law, even old Christian courts. But nobody says Christianity is violent because of the Inquisition, right? So why do we do that with Islam? In reality, most Muslims today just want to live in peace, raise their families, pray, work, and give back to their communities. Sharia to them is not about chopping off hands, it's about being a decent human being. So next time someone throws Sharia at you like a warning label, ask them, have you read the fine print or just the headline? You've just heard a few things they don't usually show you on TV. No screaming, no explosions, no dramatic music, just facts and people, human beings like you. But here's the thing. For years, media outlets, movies, even school textbooks, they have painted Islam as a threat, as something foreign, something dark. And if that's all you have ever seen, then fear becomes automatic, natural, even comfortable. But what if they lied to you? Not with words, but with silence. What if the truth was always there, just outside the frame? What if the real Islam was not what you have been told, but what you have never been allowed to say? Don't let TikTok, Twitter, or news anchor decide what 2 billion people believe. Go read, ask questions, talk to Muslim, visit a mosque, disconnect from the noise and reconnect with your own mind. Truth does not scream, it whispers. And if you sit in silence for long enough, you will hear it. It's been my pleasure talking with you about seeking the truth. See you soon.